Chapter 5. Author's note. Stop flaming. If you flam, it means you are a prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is 'cause he had a headache, okay? And on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews. Dumbledore made and Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools. Just for the record, ludicrous is spelled Ludacris. I started to cry tears of blood down my pallid face. That's a waste of blood. Draco comforted me.
She should get that checked out.
Yeah. It's like vomiting blood. It's not supposed to happen. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall. She spelt those correctly! Oh my gosh! Who were both looking very angry. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you? Demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, Because I love her! Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, Fine, very well, you may go up to your rooms. Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me, gently. Yeah, I guess, I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it, and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom and he started to sing I Just Wanna Live by Good Charlotte.
I just wanna live.
I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said good night, and he reluctantly went back into his room.
Chapter 6. Author's note. Should up preps. Okay. P.S. I not update until you give me good reviews.
I think that's reviews?
Reviews.
I don't know.
The next day I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was ripped around the end, and a matching top with red skulls all over it, and high-heeled boots that were black. What a surprise.
Oh, I know, right?
I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray painted my hair with purple. Why would you spray paint your hair? That's so bad for it. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk, and a glass of red blood. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled all over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair and red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore now that he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's. And there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection. Only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you sicker.
Oh, does it actually say
Yes!
Oh my gosh! Oh, that just gets better and better. Continue.
I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's all right. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although Most people call me vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled. Because I love the taste of human blood? Well, I am a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah! I roared! We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me. So I went away with him. Chapter 7.
Okay. Chapter 7. Bring me to life. Author's note. Well, okay, you guys, I'm only writing this cause I got 5 God reviews but I won't write the next chapter till I get 10 God vons. Stow, flaming, or ill report you. Ebony isn't a Marie Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satanist. She has problems. She's depressed for God's sake. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails in red nail polish. Author's note. See, does dat sound like a Maru Sue to you? I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then we started Frenching passively, and we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra, and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked, and then he put his boy's thingy in mine, and we had sex. See, is dat stupid? Oh, Draco! Draco! I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words, Vampire. That is one word. I was so angry. You bastard! I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, no, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded. But I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway. I put on my clothes all huffily, and then stomped out. Draco ran out, even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out, and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker! I yelled.
Do you think they have classes on, like, sex ed and stuff at Hogwarts?
That's something that I've thought about. I know that's a bit odd of a thing to think about, but it is something that I've thought about, and I'm gonna say I have no idea.
Okay, Chapter 8. Author's note. Stop flassing, okay? If you do, then you are a prep. Everyone in the class started...
Everyone in the class stared at me.
And then Draco came into the room, even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think! Draco screamed sadly.
How can you scream sadly?
Ebony, it's not what you think!
No, that's just sadly.
Ebony, it's not what you think!
Now you're just crying. I don't know. Be Ludi.
My friend Beludi Mary Smith.
Yep, we're gonna use that from now on.
Yep, Beludi.
Beludi. It's like booty, but different.
Yep. My friend Beludi Mary Smith smiled at me understandingly.
Well, that would be understatedly, in fact.
Understatedly. That's a very big word.
Also, it's the wrong word
Yeah.
for this particular context.
She flipped her long, waist-length, gothic black hair and open her crimson eyes like blood as she was wearing contact lenses on.
And is there some sort of mass produced red contact lenses that everyone buys in Hogwarts?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be just easier to say that everyone has red eyes? From now on, everyone has red eyes.
Yes, pretty much. Well, everyone that Ebony is attracted to or that Ebony is friends with has red eyes.
Isn't she attracted to everyone? Except for Lupin.
I'm going to take your word for that because I haven't got that far.
She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on.
Oh, yes, that's right. Everyone wears white makeup as well.
Yeah. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother and father, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it.
Hang on, where did Hermione come from?
Yeah.
Scroll up.
They're not actually mentioned.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a Baludi.
Maybe. Baludi. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger. It is
so
Baludi.
It is Baludi.
Since she has converted to Satanism, she's in Slytherin, not Gryffindor. This is just too good. What is it you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned. Yeah, demeaned.
That is the
angrily.
wrong word.
In his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco. I shouted at him. Everyone gasped.
I'm allergic to bull.
But, what?
Yeah, I think we've got a POV switch here.
Yeah, what? Draco was cheating on her with vampires, so it wouldn't... What? What?
Yeah, she's got it the wrong way around there. A little bit.
This is so nonsensical.
Also, yeah, we've got a POV swap here. It's not signaled.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Mm-hmm.
This is getting better and better.
Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. He had went out with vampire.
Try again. I had went out with vampire.
I'm bi, and so is Ebony.
Oh, yay, because that is just a great thing to be.
Yeah, totally. Well,
Yeah.
Totally.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Ugh, those bi kids. Just so great.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of an all or nothing, this relationship we've got going here.
Yeah.
Anyway, please continue.
Yeah. I had went out with Vampire for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with the preps.
What does she have against preps? Oh my gosh.
I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard. I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest where I'd lost my virginity to
Ooh,
Draco.
it's in fact virility.
Virility.
So she's no longer virile, she is an old woman.
Yep.
Well, considering she's a vampire.
Anyway.
Got a saggy bum and everything.
Where I'd lost my virility to Draco, then I started to burst into tears.
In fact, bust into tears.
Burst into tears.
Just to make the end of the chapter that much better.
Yep. Chapter 9!
This is hurting my brains.
I think it's really wonderful.
Oh, yes. You dying yet? Okay.
It's really fun.
Okay. We'll have a brief break while Gemma collects herself and gets back up on the bed.
Help me.
No.
That's when I can't stop laughing.
I can't. Oh my gosh, you're heavy.
I am not.
Okay, compared to me, you're heavy.
Fair point.
But then compared to me, most people are. Moving on. Okay, so, Chapter 9. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all da books. This is from the movie, okay, so it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Beswids, I said he had a headache. And the reason Snap doesn't like Harry now is 'cause he's Christian, and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then all of a suddenly, an horrible man, with red eyes and no nose and everything, started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically, like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't Gothic. It was Voldemort! No! I shouted in a scared voice. But then Voldemort shouted, Imperious! And I couldn't run away. Crookshanks, I shouted at him. Crucius? Crucio. Crucio, that's what it was.
Crookshanks is Hermione's cat.
Yeah, I know what Crookshanks is, but I think that...
That is a spell to turn him into a cat.
No, it's not. I think what she was trying to do there was use one of the unforgivable curses that causes lots of pain, which is Crucio. And she used the word Crookshanks, which is Hermione's cat.
Works. Definitely.
Crookshanks, I shouted at him. My apologies. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist. So I stopped. Ebony, he yelled, thou must kill Vampire Potter. I thought about Vampire and his sexar eyes, and his gothic black hair, and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him, and they broke up? No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude, you're so retarded look on his face. I hath telekinesis. He sounds like I'm going to talk with Voldemort having a lisp from now on. I hath telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know. She does not know how to use archaic English. It's hurting me. Then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick.
How do you fly angrily? Is it
Really,
like
really fast and bumping into things.
air rage?
Yes.
Instead of
Road rage and air rage. I like it. I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joel Madden and Gerard Way.
Yeah.
Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me. I expelled. I think explained was the word you were going for there. That's okay, he said, all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts together, making out.